Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I'm again back with a very interesting topic which is inspired from my book, The Power of Self-Talk. And today I'm going to talk about detachment. And one the time this video will end, you will understand what exactly is the meaning of detachment, whether it is good or bad, how to understand that, how to manage this detachment, and what are the benefits we can get in case we effectively implement the detachment. Let me share a very interesting story. This story of a king was very renowned, very powerful. One day he came to know about a saint who is extremely knowledgeable, and he thought that why don't I go and meet that saint? That saint was living far away from his kingdom, but then the king decided to go and meet him. So after spending a lot of time and energy, finally he reached the place where the saint was staying. Once he entered the room where saint was sitting, he was very surprised to see that such a famous saint and just living so simply. He could find only chair, table, and few books. He asked that saint that how it is possible that you are so powerful, so renowned, and you have got such few things. Where are your things? The saint politely replied, where are yours? The king replied, well, I'm just passing through. The saint talked, replied very politely, so am I, so am I. Well, I think that's what really happens in life, that at times we think about the physical possessions, we think about the things which people can see, and we think that that makes us powerful. But actually, the wealth that we can have with respect to the spirituality of the mindfulness, that is something which is even more powerful than all the possessions that we can have. When we think about detachment, generally we think that it's a negative word. We think that when we talk about detachment, it means we are detaching from the people, we are detaching from the different situations. But actually, the truth is, when we talk about detachment, it means we are detaching from the outcome of any situations. We can work hard, we can do whatever best we can do in life, but things may not be in our controls. There are certain things which we think we can control, but majority of the things are not our under control. Well, someone has very rightly said, detachment is not that you should own nothing, but that nothing should own you. Like it happens in many cases that, say, for example, my child is not doing well. Maybe the child is depressed or maybe in a bad state. Now, there are two options at this stage. As a parent, I can also start feeling the same pain as my child is feeling. Or there can be another way. I can be calm, I can be composed, and then I can see how I can support my child. Which is the better option? When my child is in my pain and then I'm also crying with my child, or I'm calm and relaxed and then I'm seeing what best I can do. It's very important to understand. Well, someone has very interestingly said one thing, that detachment does not mean not caring. It means taking care of yourself first and letting others take responsible for their actions without trying to save or punish them. Again, it's very important to understand that when we talk about detachment, it does not mean to be indifferent. It means to accept the situation as it is. If you see, during the day we play different roles. Maybe we are a parent, a son, a sister, spouse, colleague, and neighbor. And when we are playing different roles, actually we are an actor who is enacting different places. But then, in case we become entangled in one particular role, then it becomes very difficult to come out from that role and play the different roles. Sometimes it also happens that we not only play our role, we start playing the role of other people also. Say, for example, in office, we start thinking and believing that my boss should behave with me in this way, my boss should talk to me in this way, my boss should appreciate me in this way and this way and that way. But practically, does it happen? Actually, it does not happen. And when that does not happen, then at that time we start feeling the pain, that why people are not accepting me, why people are not understanding me, and why things are not happening the way I want. But when we start practicing detachment, when we start understanding that things are not in my control, there is a high possibility that I can see the things in the right way. There could be a possibility that in the beginning I may fail. I may win very few times, but even if I fail, at least I know at that particular time I failed, and I can challenge myself to see that how can I improve further. Because there is a very high possibility that maybe very soon there can be another situation which may not happen as per my control. Well, Jiddu Krishnamurti has said a very, very interesting thing. He said, I don't mind what happens. That is the essence of inner freedom. It is a timeless spiritual truth. Release attachment to outcomes. Deep inside yourself, you will feel good no matter what. My dear friends, when we talk about detachment, it means we are always happy, we are always calm, we are always relaxed. We can be the torchbearer in our family who is detached, but not from the people, not from the situation, but from any outcome of the situation. So, what to do about that? The best thing to do is that to calm down, to slow down our mind, which is running like a horse. And once we are able to do that, things become very easy. It is something like if we are playing or watching a cricket or maybe a football match. So whenever there is any decision which has to be taken, so what the umpire do, what the referee do, they ask for the action replay. At that time, the scene goes little slow, and at that time they can see that what happened right and what happened wrong. Something similar needs to be done with our mind. And meditation plays a very, very important role, wherein while doing that, it helps us to slow down the speed of our mind. And once it is slow, we can see things more clearly. We can have a gap between our reaction, our response, and to the situation which is in front of that. And at that time, when there is a slight gap, it is possible for us to take the right decision, which is most appropriate for that particular situation. Well, Mahatma Gandhi has said a very, very interesting thing. He said that a burning passion coupled with absolute detachment is the key to all success. My dear friends, if I talk about myself, I challenge myself every day to be detached. But many times I feel attached to many situations. And then at that time, I feel a lot of pain. I am challenging myself to be detached from all the outcomes which is not in my control. What you are doing, I'm looking for your feedback. Thank you.